What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Today we got some fun comics coming your way, and it's all gonna be kicking off with X-Force issue number 41. In the last issue, we had the return of Kid Omega. After being missing for so long, he comes through a time portal and he has come to recruit the X-Force. Now a very old man, he has come back for his old teammates so that they can take down Beast. But to do this, they're gonna have to go throughout time, with Quentin throwing us into a far-flung future. We saw the team join a mutant uprising that was meant to defeat a monstrous version of Beast. And while that beast was destroyed, their mission is far from over, with Quentin opening up yet another time portal. They jump to their next target, their next beast, in a different time. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so this story is starting us off at the Pyramids of Giza. We have Beast who is coming in and desecrating the graves of these pharaohs. He is doing so, that way he can have his own contingencies, knowing that they will come for him, knowing the possibility of his death. He takes these clones and he plants them all over the world, hidden locations where nobody would look, from the Great Wall of China to the Colosseum of Rome. He knows that these monuments will stand the test of time, that there will be no fast food restaurants, apartment complexes built over him. As he sets up all of his backup plans, this is what throws us over to the X-Force team. With us jumping 5,000 years, we see the time portal open up, the X-Force team fall in, and what we see is the flora looks almost identical to Krakoa. Because in this future, Krakoa is much more than an island. It is a world. And Kid Omega lets it be known that every single footstep that they take is registering within the larger floric network. They are being felt, watched, heard, smelled, and tested by the living organisms that surround them. So it was only a matter of time before something came for them. That something is the Children of Beast. The Children of Beast being the floral itself. Half mutant, half Krakoa. Because Beast had learned how to weaponize Krakoan biotech. He did this by splicing his mutant gene into it to create some kind of hybrid organism. And so the Children of Beast, they attack. And while X-Force is able to hold them off, this is where we see giant jellyfish. They come in, they grab our heroes, they restrain them, and they fly them out of here. Now, they don't really know where they're going. That is, of course, until they start to see the signs. They are headed to Staten Island, one of the last pockets of humanity that is left alive, where Krakoa hasn't been able to take over. And they are greeted by none other than Deadpool, with Deadpool saying he has been waiting patiently to join up with the team again. Ever since Kid Omega had left him behind, he has been waiting for their arrival. These days, he's going by the name of Skulldozer the Magnificent. Now, Deadpool goes on to explain that the jellyfish are kind of like his spy satellites. He's saying it's relatively self-explanatory, but it doesn't make much sense. He quickly moves on to the next subject of how he kept Staten Island this way. That is because they have been spraying herbicide daily, though the people that are here with him, they find themselves in a rather tumorous situation. The herbicide has not been kind to the people left remaining, but it does keep Krakoa at bay, as Quentin goes on to say that he is officially taking command of this outpost. Him and Daredevil begin to have a little bit of an argument, but this is when Quentin falls down. Something happens to him. His mind scrambled. Not really understanding what's going on, everybody rushes over to him. Everybody concerned that maybe he had a stroke. Now Deadpool knows something that we do not. Quentin is keeping a secret. There is something fatally wrong with him. And while we have yet to fully uncover what that is, it's obvious Quentin is keeping this from X-Force for a reason. And when the X-Force team goes on to ask him what is wrong with Quentin, Deadpool tells them that he will tell them earlier, that he has yet to tell them, but he eventually will. But it's not gonna be in the future, it will be in the past, with Wolverine just beating the crap out of him. Because to them, Deadpool right now is not making any sense. But that is the least of their concerns because the children of Beast have returned. Bursting out of the ground, they immediately go for Omega Red. Shooting some kind of acid, we see his skin melt right off of his bones. That's where Deadpool is telling Quentin that he's gotta get up. Deadpool missing half of his body. Quentin has no idea what just happened, but Deadpool is saying that you are currently in charge considering I'm missing half my body. He tells Kid Omega to fix this. And so Kid Omega, riding a rocket, he heads directly for the moon. Now if you've noticed, the moon has looked relatively beast-like. Quentin knows that this is the source of their problems here. As he rides that rocket directly into that moon, we see the tremendous explosion, and all the children of Beast begin to fall apart. But with that destruction, Kid Omega is now missing again. They believe him to be dead, with Domino and Colossus having a conversation. Colossus is a little bit worried that they're being too hasty, that maybe this isn't the real Beast. Maybe they are chasing down Dark Beast, asking if this had ever occurred to any of them. But the way Domino sees it, this doesn't excuse his behavior. In her eyes, he is a traitor no matter what. Colossus simply doesn't want to forget about the good that was inside of Beast. But as they have this discussion, we see Kid Omega come falling from the sky. As he falls down to Earth, something comes out of his mouth. We're not really sure what this is, but it's gotta do something with his illness. As the rest of X-Force shows up, they did not see any of this go on. He tells them that he is fine, but it is now time for their final jump, warning X-Force that he saved the worst for last. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, so far this has been a relatively good story. For me, I'm just excited that Kid Omega has finally returned. I have been waiting for him to come back for such a freaking long time, or at least it feels that way. Because if I'm remembering correctly, he disappeared right before Judgment Day. And ever since then, he has been hunting Beast. But Beast has contingency after contingency. Clones of him on the most precious places that we hold dear. Knowing that there would be nobody to ever undig it. There would be nobody to demolish it. That these monuments of humanity would more than likely stand the test of time, as long as humanity remains. And all of this makes me very curious about the Wolverine comic, because right now Wolverine and Maverick, they're focused on trying to take down Beast in present time. Has he already gotten the opportunity to set these contingencies up? Or is this something that takes place later on down the line? Now, if Wolverine is able to stop him in present day, this future would be null and void regardless. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle this situation when it comes to the writing. I can only assume that Wolverine and X-Force, they're going to come back together, and they're going to figure this out as a group. While Wolverine is out here doing his hunting. Within the pages of X-Force, it really seems like Wolverine's efforts are simply for naught. That X-Force will be the one to eventually bring down Beast. I am hoping that this is not the end of Kid Omega. He does seem to have a very bad illness, one that is all-consuming. I'm hoping that there may be an opportunity, even if he does die, for his resurrection. Now, he took his own self out of the cradle, made it to where he would never be resurrected. But now that he has returned, the possibility is out there that he could be resurrected if something were to happen to him. As they get ready to take down the final Beast, all the answers are going to be revealed. We will see the fate of Beast. We will see the fate of Kid Omega. And just in time for the fall of X. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories, if you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with X-Force. Check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.